in just 2 decades. That's why you're struggling with energy, muscle, and drive. But here's a game changer. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments boost testosterone by 30% on average. Imagine reclaiming the vitality your grandfathers had. Picture turning heads, dominating your career, and feeling unstoppable again. Don't settle for today's normal. Seize the day at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Hey, it's Kyle Walsh, and we've all been feeling the heat, and if your home isn't staying cool, your windows might be the reason why. That's why now is the perfect time to call Universal Windows Direct. And Universal Windows Direct has an incredible offer to help you. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, and there is no limit. And here's the part I really love. You'll get no interest for 5 whole years. Call 414-410-2000 or go to universalwindowsdirect.com, and trust me, once you feel the difference, you'll be saying what I say. I love my windows.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI-HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station. It's time for the best 60 minutes of your life. This is the Homer Hour, broadcasting live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook for the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Football Draft. Here's Emmy Award winner, Homer.
Best 60 minutes of your day at Potawatomi as we have our ESPN's Fantasy Draft coming up in a few minutes. 1-800-990-3776. Because I need caller 5. Caller 5, yes. Even though we have the Fantasy Draft, we have Rain Man, and then Pebble, we have...
TVV moving up to 5:15 today with Jason Wilde going to be joining the show a little later on, live from Potawatomi Sportsbook on site with Homer.
And then we have Jason Wilde later. Is that correct?
Yes.
1-800-990-3776. Caller number 5. Caller number 5. You will be contestant in our Rain Man competition, which, of course, hasn't changed. And again, everybody, we're at Potawatomi as we have our ESPN Fantasy Football Draft coming up at 6:30. Everybody has various leagues. We have the Homer Hour League. Last year finished second, lost in the finals. So I have something to prove. 1-800-990-3776. Rain Man, again. Caller number 5. Rain Man, you have 15 questions, 2 minutes, stolen from ESPN. Rain Man is brought to you by Cousin Subs. Whoever it is that gets in, they automatically get a $25 gift card from Cousin Subs, and they might win Cousin Subs for a year, as that goes to the winner of our competition, which will end at the end of the year. So we've got many, 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 many weeks ahead. So congratulations and thanks to Cousin Subs for a great partner. And Saganiac Planning is also a great partner. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits, top-notch service, and doing it well for over 50 years. I never said the 50 years. That was a mistake on my part. So our two great partners, Cousin Subs and Saganiac Planning. Yes, a name synonymous with employee benefits, top-notch service, and been doing it well for over 50 years. And a phone number that you can remember. All you need is 783. Saganiac Planning, 262-783. Roger Maris, 6161.
That number again, 262-783-6161.
And we have a contestant, Nick in Sussex, and I ask him the same question that I ask everyone, and that is your Rain Man resume, Nick. How have you done in the past?
Never done it.
Never done it. All right, Pebble, help him out.
So we got 15 questions in 2 minutes. You want to get through all 15 questions within the 2-minute time frame, so you don't know an answer, say skip or pass. Homer will come back to it because the goal is to get through all 15 questions within the 2 minutes. So you don't want to run out of time, so don't dilly-dally. And you probably won't listen to it because nobody else does, right, Homer?
We have had some people that have listened a little bit, but not much. You ready to go? The first question, as I mentioned, a great sponsor is Marquette. The first question has to do with Marquette. The Marquette trivia question brought to you by Saganiac Planning, and all the other questions could be about Marquette, but they don't have to be. The first one has to be a Marquette. Nick in Sussex. Pebble, what's our best ever by a first-time contestant?
I want to say it's 5 or 6, somewhere around there.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
And for, again, where are we at now? The leaders are...
Matt and Tosa is our current leader with 7.
With 7. The first question is the Saganiac Planning Marquette trivia question. You ready to go, Nick?
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1, go. He scored 40 points and a half for Marquette.
Dwayne Wade.
Incorrect. Arch Manning, quarterback in Texas. Who is his father?
Archie Manning. Oh, no.
Nope, incorrect. This pitcher leads Major League Baseball this season with 15 wins.
Peralta.
Correct. Into today's play, Josh Hader with 28 saves. How many for Trevor McGill of the Brewers?
26.
Incorrect. How many majors has Scotty Scheffler won?
4.
Correct. How old is Scotty Scheffler?
28.
Incorrect. How old is Giannis?
30.
Correct. How old is Brian Bulaga?
37.
Incorrect. How old is Aaron Rodgers?
41.
Correct. Into today's play, the Brewers lead the Cubs by how many games?
7.
Correct. Into today's play in the National League, the Brewers are best with 79 wins. Who's next with 73?
Phillies.
Correct. AP Top 25 College Football preseason poll. Who's number 1?
Texas.
Correct. AP Top 25 College Football preseason poll of the top 7 teams. How many are from the Big Ten?
6.
Incorrect. Touchdowns in the NFL scored by running, receiving, or returning. He has the career record 208. Name him.
Monty Ball.
Incorrect. Running back holds the National Football League record, 7 two-point conversions. Name that running back.
Emmitt Smith.
That is incorrect. Did you pass on any? I don't think you did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7, Pebble.
I've got 7 as well.
Let's see if we did it right, because that would put him in the tie for the lead. In each contest we've had recently, everybody has been tied. All right, we ready to go here? Let's see. 7, we'll see if we're right there. Nick, all right, he scored 40 points and a half for Marquette. Tell him, Pebble.
Marcus Howard.
Yes. This is kind of a trick, but not really, and I feel bad, Nick, because you gave us an answer. I don't think you can give 2 answers. Am I right there, Pebble?
No, you got to go with your first one, yeah.
Arch Manning, quarterback at Texas. Who is his father? Cooper Manning.
Cooper Manning.
Who was the oldest of Archie Manning's kids and had a, knee injury or something, and then so he didn't do anything. Freddie Peralta does lead the Major League with 15 wins. Josh Hader, 28 saves. How many for Trevor McGill of the Brewers?
27?
29. He has 1 more than Josh Hader. How many majors has Scotty Scheffler won? 4. How old is Scotty Scheffler? I felt bad for you. He is 29. How old is Giannis? You knew that, 30. This is impossible because no one can believe how young and shouldn't Brian Bulaga is because he's been retired for so many years. How old is Brian Bulaga, Pebble?
36, I think.
36 is correct. How old is Aaron Rodgers? You got that right, 41. Into today's play, the Brewers lead the Cubs by 7 games. Into today's play, the Brewers have 79 wins. Next in the National League, yes, the Phillies with 73. AP Top 25 College Football Preseason Poll, yep, Texas is number 1. AP Top 25 College Football Preseason Poll of the top 7, how many from the Big Ten?
3.
That is correct. Penn State, Ohio State, and Oregon. Scored by running, receiving, or returning, so it's not quarterback. He has a career NFL record, 208 touchdowns. Tell him, Pebble, I know you know who it is. Of course. And this is a very tough question. Pebble might get it, just so no one will say my test it was too easy. A running back holds the NFL record, 7 two-point conversions.
I want to say Marshall Faulk.
Marshall Faulk is the correct answer. Did you miss any? You got almost all. But we are correct, Nick, right? You got 7? You don't know because you were going through it.
I got 7 for him, yeah.
I got 7 as
so
well.
He's tied now with Matt and Toast.
He is tied for the lead. And you know what that means, Nick?
What's that?
That means that you cannot compete because you're tied, and you can only compete again once somebody passes you. How many contests in a row have ended in a tie? At least 3, I think. Is that right?
3. I think we had a 2-way tie, a 3-way tie, and then a 4-way tie.
Wow. All right. And Nick, do you have any last words? Do you feel like there are any that you should have gotten right?
Trooper Manning screwed up Archie Manning.
Yeah, that's kind of trick, not really, but Archie, of course, is the grandfather.
The dad,
yep. And he was a fabulous player. The kids, Peyton, Eli, and Cooper. They're the only 3 kids they had, right?
I believe so.
Did I miss? Yeah. And then Cooper could have been a great player, but I don't even know where he went to college. Did he get her in high school or college? Anyway, it is his son, Arch Manning, who is the quarterback
Cooper
at
went
Texas.
to Ole Miss also.
And then that's where he got hurt, right?
Right.
He was a wide receiver, am I correct? I don't think he was a quarterback, but I'm not sure. He blew out his knee or something, and that ended his career. And
yeah. Yep, he was wide receiver. I remember that.
Who knows how good he could have been? The Trevor McGill's. He has more saves than the guy they traded, Josh Hader, who is now with Houston. Is that right? I lost track. I think he is.
Yeah, with the Astros.
Yes, Scotty Scheffler, younger than Giannis, 29. Giannis, 30. Brian Bulaga, 36. Aaron Rodgers, 41. Yes, I'm fixated with how old people are. All right, Nick, you are among the leaders. You are now tied. Congratulations. You have also set, according to Pebble, a new record.
Nice.
For a first-timer.
That's correct. No one has done as well as you did 7 as a first-timer. Do you feel better? Do you feel special, Nick?
No, I think I should have done better.
Should have done better, yeah? Well, I would guess. Pebble, what do you think the chances are that someone will get better than 7 and Nick will get another chance?
Considering last time we had a 4-way tie with the number being 7, and you said continuously that was not going to be the winning number, 7, I'm not sure about that. 7 might be it, but we're early on in the contest. We got till the end of December, so.
Yes, and only you could be the judge of that. You might say, Homer, you've just gotten way too easy for these questions. That's not going to happen. So Nick is now tied for the lead as, again, at Potawatomi, where we are having our ESPN Fantasy Football Draft. Everybody's getting ready. It will be starting at 6:30. Next up, as we're changing the order, Tim Van Voorn going first, and then Jason Wilde, because he'll be here tonight for the event, and I'm sure he's going to arrive closer to the end of the show because the draft itself doesn't happen until 6:30. We could do it either by the phone or maybe he'll be here as well. So congratulations to Nick. Tim Van Voorn, Fox 6 Sports, next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Eastbound 94, we're seeing delays from Highway 16 all the way through the Barker Road area, almost to Brookfield Road. Right now, Highway 16 to the zoo is looking at about a 14-minute ride. It's an extra 3 to your normal ride. And then another delay from 84th Street all the way through the Stadium interchange to 35th. That's adding up to about a 9-minute ride between the zoo and downtown. Again, another extra 3. On the westbound side, backing up from about 20th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard, where you're back on the brakes again from the zoo interchange all the way to the county line. A couple more pockets of heavy traffic. The biggest one right past Barker Road all the way to about Highway F. And then on 41 southbound, still heavy from Good Hope Road all the way down past Capitol Drive. Traffic is brought to you by Adams, the #1 rated Generac dealer in Wisconsin. Severe weather has arrived. Don't be left with no power. For power peace of mind for your home or business, visit adamspower.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, we'll see mostly clear skies, a low of 65. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 76. Weather is brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
On this show, it's always football season.
As a young player, what you're trying to do is you're trying to stack success. And you're trying to stack that because that gives you more opportunities to get more opportunities. And he earned that.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
This is what we're talking about. And then you get the injury report and you just can't catch a break. And that same thing is happening on steroids to Lloyd.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with Accutrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use Accutrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. Accutrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at accutransgroup.com.
Soak up summer days at the ballpark while they're still here. Be here when the Brewers host the Giants, August 22nd through the 24th. Lead off the weekend with Stranger Things theme night arriving Friday the 22nd. From there, collect a legendary Bob Uecker golf umbrella giveaway for the first 25,000 fans on Saturday the 23rd. And if this series couldn't get any better, it's the return of Willie Adames to American Family Field. Get your seats today at brewers.com/tickets.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
They treated me like family. They're actually people that you can depend on.
They made me feel seen. They really treated me like I was a part of their family, a part of their team.
They ask how you're doing, how you're feeling.
They're just so welcoming and so sweet and kind.
It's like family, caring about another member of the family.
If you've been injured, it costs you nothing to see if Gruber Law Offices can help.
Grand slams and walk-offs. If you haven't jumped on the bandwagon by now, what are you waiting for? Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's very own national champions. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows? Our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Step right up and gaze into my crystal ball. I see flashing lights, spinning reels, and a big win. This August, you have a ticket to a cash carnival at Potawatomi. Play with your rewards card and earn entries to win your share of $300,000 in cash and prizes. Prize drawings every Thursday through August 28th. Your fortune awaits only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
This is the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. The 3 most important letters in sports. Even better than those.
TVV.
It's Fox 6 Sports Director Tim Van Voren on the Homer Hour on 94.5 ESPN.
Tim Van Voren, Fox 6 Sports. What does he want to talk about first? Brewers lost 2. TVV knows the length and everything about a Major League Baseball season to never overreact to a game or two. Just get a cushion. But I'll let him speak. TVV, let all the people listening, given your many, many years following Major League Baseball, what you want them to know right now about the Brewers, the rest of the season, and the playoffs. Take it away.
Stand down on your concerns right now. I can't guarantee the rest of the season, but stand down on your, oh my gosh, here come the Cubs. That was 2 losses in one day. If you lose tonight, there's a little pressure on the Thursday game for sure, but this is why you build up a cushion.
Yeah.
This is why you do what the Brewers have done. They still have that cushion. Even if they lose the next 2 games, they still are in front. I wouldn't desire that position if I'm the Brewers to, lose the last 4 games of a 5-game series. But stand down for now, Homer. This is still a very good baseball team with a lot of pieces that work and more pieces coming, i.e. Jackson Chourio.
And think of this. If you lose, you're still up 5.
Yep, 5.
Everyone, myself included, anybody, would have been happy after this 5-game series to be up 5 on the Cubs wherever you got there.
Yep,
and however you got there.
Well put. Remember when the Brewers took 2 or 3 in the series at Chicago? It's going to be a war. Series at American Family Field. It's going to be a war when they play in Chicago. Sure it is. Absolutely. And if you had said exactly what you did that, no matter what happens in this quote-unquote big-time battle at Wrigley Field, the Brewers still get out of there 5 up or more, every single person involved, including everybody in that Brewers clubhouse, would have taken that. Now, again, momentum is something in baseball. These guys sometimes tell you it's not. I believe it is. We've certainly seen it on the positive side for the Brewers this season. So you don't want to lose 4 in a row to your rival, and, you start thinking about it. But what do they have, 36 games left, Homer? They're in very good shape.
Yeah, and to me, I've never been a big momentum person. Other than that, momentum to me is something about your team gets hot. Your pitching gets hot, or you start. Mm-hmm. And the Brewers have been so incredibly hot. They are either a historic team this year, or they're due for a bit of a glitch because it's hard to be that good. They have the potential to the biggest great regular season that I can think of is Seattle one year. What'd they win, 114 games? Some incredible number.
Right.
And they didn't win the World Series, so it can happen. But,
for sure.
Their momentum has to be something changing. And to me, if it happened, you would say the loss of momentum would be if the offense started to participate at a level more expected for this group of players, and they've proven everybody wrong with their speed and all the different things they've done to generate runs. Go ahead, take it away.
Homer, you've watched baseball for years, Homer. I respect your opinion on it. So having said what you just said about momentum, when the Brewers were on this winning streak, as a viewer, and I know you weren't glued to every game because you weren't necessarily right here in Milwaukee, but as a viewer, as a Brewer fan, yes. Even better. Didn't you think they were going to pull them out? Didn't you have that sense? And that, to me, is momentum. Whether you say it's the pitching that got hot or the defense was going to keep them in every game, whatever it is, watching this streak, you're like, well, yeah, the Brewers are going to pull it out.
Right. And, and I've also said they're not that good. But they just keep winning, and you go, all right, well, maybe they are that good. I go and ask you what John Anderson said weeks ago. He said, look, you get some bees, and you get them angry enough, they can take down the bear. And I thought that was the greatest slogan for the Brewers. And then I'm thinking, wait a minute, maybe they've become the bear. Now, I don't think the manager wants to view it that way, but when you continue to have the best record in baseball, that has to be factored in because you can't do it unless you're doing things really well. And they've been scoring a lot of runs, and they've been limiting other teams with runs. And so, they have a huge edge, I think, in run differential. So they've avoided those glitches that other more expensive teams have done. And, at some point I can hold them to a higher standard, right? they've earned it. That's where I go to you to say how high is that higher standard appropriately. John Anderson said last night they should be in the World Series. And he's basing that again on their level of play for now so much of the season.
I would say they are the best team in baseball. I do not think it's fluky. I think that is a legitimate claim. And as long as they stay healthy, there's no reason why they shouldn't still be seen as the best team in baseball going into the playoffs. However, the baseball playoffs have proven, just as you referenced the Seattle Mariners, just on the other side as you can reference the St. Louis Cardinals with 83 wins, baseball playoffs prove that the best team doesn't always win. You can set it up and things can go a certain way, and there you go. So I think the Brewers know that. I think Pat Murphy knows that. Everybody's aware of that for the Brewers. It's not fluky, though. I would stress that. We talked about it time and time again. I would say the same thing after a 2-game losing streak as they would after 9 straight wins. Who's having a bad year? Who's not delivering for you, Homer? The biggest challenge this team is going to have is who plays in certain spots when they get their lineup back together, but really kind of who's on the roster and not, because even these back-end roster guys have had major contributions to successful streaks and wins.
Yeah, I think there's something in baseball changing a little bit. It's easier to steal bases. They're taking a slightly different approach as a result of rule changes occurring that benefited that. So not everybody's doing it the way they are. But, Murphy talks about, just only swing at good pitches, or they're taking a lot of pitches. They're getting walks. And that approach seems to work. But everybody says that. So
Yeah, they do, but it takes a while to change. I mean, it took a while for teams to change once you brought in the rules about the shift and different things. That's kind of what happens. And the teams that are earlier adopters to it or adapters to it can make it happen. I think that's part of what you have to be talking about this Brewers team. They have embraced some of these changes and made it work. And they're ahead of some of these other teams. The pitching lab, the pitch decisions, the run prevention. These are things that win in baseball in 2025. And the Brewers have, you can't say mastered them, but the Brewers have figured out how to use them better than a lot of other teams. And that's not payroll stuff. That's not even necessarily talent stuff. I was talking to somebody recently was talking about be the absolute best in stuff that takes no talent. And that's true. You know what? Be the effort team. Be the attitude team. Be the preparation team. That's the stuff that takes no talent. And the Brewers seem to be the best at that.
Yeah, and they're best at other things, too, which are scoring runs and giving up runs.
They're a better team than we thought. They're a better team. Maybe not better players, because that singles it out. They're a better collection of players than most of us thought. And that should get its due as well.
Yes, and you can then explore how they're doing it, but there's a reason that run differential is huge, because that means when the games you win, you're winning by larger margins than other people are in terms of winning and losing. There's no, but they're 17-1 in one-run games or something that can change. When you're leading by the runs scored versus given up, it should continue.
That's right. That's what they've earned. That's exactly what you said. That's what they've earned in terms of how we view them.
The only thing, and I think back, I'd have to go back and look. I can remember the Detroit Tigers one year. No one knew they were that good, and they started with this incredible run, and then they continued for the entire season.
35-5 or something. Yeah, weren't they 35-5 or something like that?
Yes, and but there was nobody, and you now look back, and they had players that they did have some outstanding players. But that's really the only thing that's preventing people from just being so confident that they just don't have the players. Well, after 100 and whatever number of games it is, you have to say they're this good.
You do have to say that, and their best young player has been out.
Yes.
So he's coming back. If you're saying that you're Caleb Durbin or Brandon Lockridge is due for a dip, well, Jackson Churrio's coming back. Now, is he going to, be at the clip he was at before he got hurt, or be at the clip he was at last year? We don't know. but his sample size is large enough that you have to believe you're going to get positive results from Jackson Churio.
Yes, and it's not just this group. Then they've had a significant number of injuries. They've replaced these players, and as I like to say, they had guys nobody heard of that got hurt, and they brought in new guys that nobody had heard of, and they're all doing well. So it's yeah.
Yeah, and the guys at the beginning of the season you thought were going to be their contributors are not necessarily the guys. And the in-season improvement, Homer, I've mentioned it a couple times, the in-season improvement. I don't understand how you improve as much in season. You're playing almost every day, right?
Yep.
But these Caleb Durbin was not on the regular season opening roster and was not viewed as a major strength or asset at third base. The guy's a flat-out player. Isaac Collins is a flat-out player. Their sample size is large enough now. Now, you go back to the Tigers. What was that, 84? Willie Hernandez.
Before you get to the Tigers, the question everybody has for you, because you're around it, is why? Why?
Why? Mm-hmm.
You know, why has this happened? And I don't have an answer, because it doesn't happen like this very often.
No,
ever.
And part of it, I think, is young and impressionable, if that makes sense. I mean, I know Pat Murphy has empowered his coaches to do more than a lot of major league managers allow their coaches to do. You and I have had conversations about the value of coaches, assistant coaches, in any sport. But, maybe these coaches have areas of expertise that these younger players are willing to take advantage of, and you're seeing some of that play itself out. It could be that, or maybe it's partially that. You know what I mean? Now,
or the approach that Murphy takes is like it's like a college team. Nobody follows college baseball enough to know, but and yet he's been around the Major League Baseball so many years with Counsell. Hey,
college baseball, Homer. You don't have to follow it enough to know. You're going to get 14 scholarships. Those are divided up. Most of your players are on fractions. Okay. You're all in there. You're thrown together in the pot, man. Who's hot? That's who's going to play. There's no obligation to make this guy my weekend starter. There's no obligation to make this guy my everyday first baseman. Who's producing? And maybe there's something to that.
It is. They are playing at a level for long enough that it is appropriate to think or to feel sad if it doesn't continue in the playoffs. I don't know if I'm ready to say, John Anderson, like you have to get to the World Series, but you have to get to the National League Championship Series.
You're the best team at the end of August. You're going to be the best team at the end of August. So that's a team that should make noise, should do something in the playoffs.
All these things we can now check statistically. How many teams that are in first at the end of August? It's getting
right.
I'm assuming that the longer you go from August to then September, that you're going to say these teams tend to do very well. Yeah, you have to be a 1 or 2 seed, so you're playing as many games as possible, and can get to the 7-game National League Championship Series.
But weren't both World Series teams last year wild cards, Homer? And didn't the St. Louis Cardinals with David Freese win 83 games and win the World Series?
Yes.
So,
yes.
I agree with you. You want to be the number 1 seed or the number 2 seed, but it is not a guarantee. I agree with John Anderson. They should expect to be in the World Series. I agree with you about that Seattle Mariners team. Triple-digit wins. It's baseball, though.
Yeah, yes, it is.
And they should have beaten the Mets last year. So there you go. That was baseball. That's Pete Alonso hits a home run off the guy you'd want out there in that situation if you're the Brewers. That's the margin.
Yes, and you would hope that if you've played at this level, well, it's not guaranteed. That allows for a slightly larger margin, so that it doesn't get so close. But
you would hope. You would hope.
Yeah, this is where there have been so many games. There's just never been a season like this. There just hasn't been in terms of coming from behind in so many games by so many runs. And maybe it happens more in baseball now. You do seem to see these incredibly high. But this is the season of a lifetime. Because it's been all season. You've enjoyed this
since mid-May. Since mid-May.
Yes.
It wasn't all season. It wasn't the DH Tigers 35-5. Hey, Homer, I love talking to you. But
you got to go. Bye.
Do some of this
go.
Talking
Say, I got to go.
Still.
Drop the mic. Bye. We're at Potawatomi. We had Tim Van Born earlier. He's got to go and do the sports and do his TV. So he was very nice. Only TVV is nice because I would have just said, Homer, got to go. And that's the end, and everybody would have known. That's why he's leaving so quickly. Normally he's later, but Jason Wilde will be on later in the hour. We're at Potawatomi as it is the night of the ESPN Fantasy Football Draft, and Jason Wilde is coming up soon. Tune in to Behind the Bucks podcast on the Bucks Plus audio network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Behind the Bucks brings you exclusive access and untold stories about the greatest stars and moments in Bucks history. Go behind the scenes of Giannis's Emmy-nominated documentary. Hear about the true origins of Bucks and Six culture and more. However they decide these things, you can't give people too much Giannis. Not possible. Find Behind the Bucks on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher. Always tell you about Fisco. You got to go to them. They're the auto body place, and they're fantastic. How can they be so good? Well, they've been doing it for a long time. Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin, and they're a family business. Why is that important? Because they've been doing it since 1931, owned since 1931. It's not what they do, it's who they are. It's still the Fiscos doing the work. This is easy to figure out. Imagine how young they were when they started doing this family business. So how many years they've been doing it. That's how they can be so good. And they are. Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin. Expert workmanship guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. Fisco. So you remember the name. At Potawatomi with the ESPN Fantasy Football Draft coming up. Jason Wilde isn't next, but he's soon. I am next.
The Homer Hour is back after this on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Well, we got delays along southbound 41 from just before Appleton Avenue all the way down to Capitol Drive. You're back on the brakes from the Zoo interchange onto the bypass, all the way down and around the Hale interchange onto 894 eastbound. It'll be slow all the way to almost Loomis. On the westbound side, we got backups out of the Mitchell interchange to Loomis. And then you're okay until you hit Watertown Plank Road on 41 northbound. Just north of that, we've got delays all the way up to about Hampton. Southbound 43, watch for delays from about Burleigh all the way down through the Marquette down to the KK River. Traffic is brought to you by Comfort Awnings. Extend your outdoor space with a retractable awning or screen like I did with my friends at Comfort Awnings. Custom designed to fit your home. Get your free estimate at comfortawnings.com. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly clear, a low of 65. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 76. Weather is brought to you by the Harley-Davidson Foundation's Rev and Rumble Boxing Night. Free at Davidson Park, Saturday, August 23rd, 3 to 8 p.m. Fights, food trucks, and family fun. More details at revandrumble.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
According to Time Magazine, Gen Z is drinking 20% less alcohol than all previous generations. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Over our 65 years in business, we've stayed up on all the trends, where you'll always find 2,000 varieties of beer, 4,000 types of liquor, and over 8,000 wines. We now also stock over 100 varieties and growing of THCA, CBD, and Delta-9 non-alcoholic specialty-infused drinks. So whether you're experimenting with the latest wellness trend, or you just want something in your fridge that your college kid can call you cool for, come check out our expansive selection. And while you're at it, you do deserve that bottle of bourbon. Discount Liquor in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
And visit us online at discountliquorinc.com.
Crispy chicken tenders are now at Cousin Subs. Enjoy them with your favorite dipping sauce, or try them in one of our 2 new subs, Classic Crispy Chicken or Bold Buffalo Ranch Crispy Chicken. Both served on our fresh baked bread, made with quality you can taste. But hurry, these crispy favorites are only here for a limited time. Order in store, online, or on the app today. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Packers fans, your next quick trip run could score you the ultimate win. Cruising into tailgate season in a brand new Chevy Silverado RST, or blazing the trails on a new Polaris Sportsman 570, or grilling like an MVP with your new Pit Boss Ultimate Liftoff Griddle. Whoa, every dollar you spend at Quick Trip with Quick Rewards earns you a point in the Packers fan zone. So come in and get winning. No purchase necessary. Full details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes.
It's a home run! But wait, is your roof ready for the big league storms? If your roof has more holes than a catcher's mitt, it's time to bring in the pros. At Avondale Roofing, we've been handling leaks, repairs, and full replacements with major league precision for over 30 years. And as a GAF Master Elite certified contractor, we bring top-tier quality and proven performance to every job. Whether it's a quick patch-up or full upgrade, our team steps up to the plate and knocks it out of the park every time. You're out! Don't wait till water's in your dugout. Call Avondale Roofing today and keep your home in the win column.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments, Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
You're listening to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. It's time for Jason Wilde on the Homer Hour on 94.5 ESPN.
It is the ESPN Fantasy Draft tonight. We are at Potawatomi, and that means Jason Wilde is here. Do you have a team, or you have a league, or are you just here to talk to everybody?
We have a league.
Okay.
We have a team. I think of myself as Ed Policy.
It's good.
Jesse is Goody. So Jesse's going to run our franchise for us. I don't know if my co-owner is Tausch coming. Do we know if he's coming?
I doubt it. It's my guess.
Well, you doubted that I was going to be here.
I did not doubt it. We were going to be here. I said I thought you would do the show by phone because I thought that's what I would do.
Thank you to TVV for switching spots with me because I was stuck in traffic on
it worked
43. It was a little bit dicey around the courthouse area.
But you have GPS. It'll tell you to go somewhere.
It did. It was about almost exactly the time that it told me when I left my house in Green Bay.
I expect GPS to send me another way often, and they don't.
Yeah, it didn't send me any other way. So I thought I did okay. But I'm here now next to you.
I just want to let you know I have a team finished second last year, and I often use what ESPN suggests you do.
We finished second in our league, too, with Jesse running it, so I assume he took all the suggestions, too, because there's no way that he's that good of a GM.
Well, and they have all these different. I even got a couple of them.
Well, look at all your preparation.
It's not preparation. This stuff's been in here for years, but I thought I put the.
Walter Payton as your first pick?
Yeah, no. I got the cheat sheet for the whole thing, but usually I just last
this
year.
This is great radio. You looking through your binder.
I'm upset that it isn't here. I don't know.
You're not going to finish second now.
What?
You're not going to finish second now. You're missing your important paperwork.
No, it's actually now I know where it is. I have this new backpack that I forget that it's so big that I have my stuff like right here. Here it is, buddy. Let's go. Ultimate Fantasy Football cheat sheet and the
Can you even read
kick.
the right? Look how small the words are.
Very good concern. Excellent point. All right.
Magnifying.
Let's go.
Go
now,
where? What are we doing?
Talk about policy. Is he the kind of guy who would be pushy to do something no one knows?
No, I don't think he is.
Okay.
I noticed I got into some hot water on social media. Well, maybe not hot water, but critique.
Sure.
Because when we had Evan Cohen on yesterday, he proposed a trade for Micah Parsons, and I said I would do it.
Right.
And the reason, and it was a steep price, no doubt about it, and quite frankly, I haven't covered every game of Micah Parsons' career, so I can't speak intelligently to just how great he might be. But if you make that move and it wins you a Super Bowl, it's all worth whatever draft picks you gave up, right? Just like the Rams feel for the draft picks they gave up to build their Super Bowl team. And I'm not saying that he would be Reggie White, but the issue is that if you look at where the Packers are currently, with the new president, and with him having said, I don't want lame ducks, and I also am not extending these guys another year, they are going into, after this year, next year will be the final year of their existing contracts. You make that trade, if it blows up in your face, look, if you keep doing what you're doing, eventually you're going to get fired, I think. Like going 10-7 and losing in the first round of the playoffs, sooner or later they're going to decide.
But I think Goody would agree to that because Goody believes that he now has put together a group of young players good enough to go to the next level, and that's when he said the words were what? You got to...
yes, we have to ramp up our sense of urgency. Now, I would also say that what I think is going to happen if they go 10-7, lose a first-round playoff game, Ed Policy adds 1 year to each of their contracts, which then becomes either, okay, you got 1 more year to prove it and do something more, and if not, you're going to get fired and you're going to get that as a parting gift, right? Whereas, hey, if they go, let's say they acquire Micah Parsons, they win the Super Bowl, they get 5-year extensions. So it is risky, and I'm not, and by the way, this is all fantasy land, because no matter how we feel about Jerry Jones, I cannot imagine he will be so galactically stupid to trade him away to an NFC team.
He never has been. I mean, there's a history of all this discussion that Jerry Jones has signed every big player, right, that's gone through this.
Yeah,
he hasn't let anybody go.
Right, he just waits too long and then ends up, it costs him more.
Yes.
Somebody did a study of it. He's like paid $30-some million more than he had to.
Right, he laughs because he believes that it earns him more money.
No, well, but again,
in terms of the attention.
Right,
but the Dallas Cowboys.
But that's the problem with him, Homer, is that it's not about the money and the attention. It's about the cap space that it costs you, and then it prevents you from being able to put other guys on your team, and then you go 30 years without a title.
Can I ask a question? Because
you may.
I've been told that I interrupt too much, so I decided to I can just ask. Can I ask a question now?
You can. It's okay. This is my favorite one of the week because you're actually hosting it when I'm on.
He does not care about winning. It is clear because we can observe what he did when he was winning.
Sonny Jurgensen jersey.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
And we can observe what's happened and is done since. He doesn't care about winning. He cares about attention.
He doesn't care enough about winning. I wouldn't say he doesn't care.
He
at all.
hasn't made an NFC Championship game in 30 years.
Yeah, I can't understand.
I can tell you. No, easily.
I know you can't.
Yes.
No, because most owners are so intensely competitive, not only about making money, but also about winning
He
titles.
doesn't need to win. He's in the club. He's got 3 rings. It's over. He's in.
Again, if that's how he operates and he likes the fact that he's got a Netflix series and all the other stuff, that's great. I know Evan Cohen has the same theory on Unsportsmanlike. I just can't imagine being a Cowboys fan and having to live
Of course, because
they're
the weakest fans in sports. Every time they mention his name, they should boo. He has destroyed an organization that was great before he showed up. He continued at that level.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 30 years. I didn't say 30 years not making a Super Bowl,
and I know we got a
not
break.
making an NFC Championship
Think
game.
about how long that is. Think about how the Packers of 1996 were viewed to win a title. They went 29 years in between titles from Lombardi to now.
Yes.
To 96.
Yes.
So what we're talking about is for as long as it felt like the Packers wandered in the wilderness, that's how long the Cowboys have wandered in the wilderness.
And yet, I would say they're as popular as ever, and the numbers say they're as valuable as ever. They're worth more than any other franchise.
Yes.
And not winning in 30 years. Why? Because you got a bunch of wusses that are fans for the Dallas Cowboys, unless you're old. Now, if you're old, you got 3 rings. I've lived it. I'd like it more, but I've lived it.
I don't understand why people think that way.
That's the way. Do you think Packer fans? Imagine Brewer fans. Never. Their whole life, never the feelings that you saw and felt that you've experienced twice with the Packers, and Bucs fans have experienced it well. There's nothing like it.
I'm an old man. I know you're obsessed with how old people are. I mean, the fact that I was 10 for 1982's team.
That's old enough.
Yeah.
I was 10. What was it? No, I had to be 13 when the Packers, when Bart Starr had the Ice Bowl. Couldn't look at the play. Starr, touchdown, then look.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought you were 10 when Don Hudson retired.
I was. But no, I go back to Abraham and Noah, one of the great pass-catching combos. Abraham throwing, Noah receiving. Oh, baby, they were good. Next, back to Potawatomi in a minute.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
If he has gotten cleared to catch a football using his left and right hand at the same time, and he's dropping back and he's surveying the field with no pass rush, and he's making throws, hey, baby, I'm on board.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Let him, throw it into the net. Stand stationary and chuck balls into the net like you're at Chuck E. Cheese playing the football game there. Fine.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ready to escape to a resort that has it all? The Island Resort and Casino is your total thrill getaway, where championship golf, a luxury spa, world-class gaming, and epic entertainment come together. Tee it up at Sweetgrass and Sage Run. Unwind at the Drift Spa. Dine, play, win, repeat. Go all in on an unforgettable getaway. Book your total experience today at islandresortandcasino.com.
Soak up summer days at the ballpark while they're still here. Be here when the Brewers host the Giants, August 22nd through the 24th. Lead off the weekend with Stranger Things theme night arriving Friday the 22nd. From there, collect a legendary Bob Uecker golf umbrella giveaway for the first 25,000 fans on Saturday the 23rd. And if this series couldn't get any better, it's the return of Willie Adames to American Family Field. Get your seats today at brewers.com/tickets.
Looking for a new car, truck, or SUV? Take the nearest exit to Ewald Automotive for 2025 model year clearance pricing. Save over $14,000 or get 0% financing. All makes, all models. Over 700 2025s in stock with model year clearance pricing. And with the Ewald low price guarantee, we'll beat your best price on a new vehicle by $500 or we'll give you $500 cash. Only at the Ewald model year clearance sales event. When they're gone, they're gone. Like model group credit. See dealer for details. Expires month end.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. American Family Insurance can help protect your dream home for whatever comes next. You can live in your own oasis or your own clubhouse. Whatever you choose, get the right coverage. Save up to 23% by bundling home and auto. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
At Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber Group, we do more than close deals. We serve with gratitude and faith-filled purpose. We've sold over $300 million in real estate since 2020. One of the top-ranked real estate teams in Wisconsin, and we're just getting started. What sets us apart? We care. Even if we're not your agent, we'll still help. That's the kind of stewardship the community deserves. If you're buying or selling across Southeastern Wisconsin, let us earn your trust. I'm Tony Wendorf, and I want to create your red carpet experience. Contact us at wendorfteam.firstweber.com.
For your next night out, revel in the fusion of artistry and flavor with Sushi at St. Kate, offering guests an elevated experience where freshness and creativity converge in every bite. St. Kate the Arts Hotel introduces an exciting new sushi menu to its culinary repertoire. Indulge in the finest seafood, freshest ingredients, and expert craftsmanship for an inspired and delectable dining journey. Experience the art of sushi at St. Kate and learn more at stkatearts.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with a refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. And this month only, get 0 interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. My new friend Chris from Oostburg is one of their skilled installers who demos your existing bath or shower, removes it, and disposes it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Rain Man is brought to you by Cousin Subs. Skip the line and order online with a Cousin Subs mobile app and join the Cousins Club. Cousin Subs, they believe in better. Welcome back to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
With Jason Wilde, what do you want people to be thinking about the Packers as we get closer to the season? And is it any different than what you thought 2 weeks ago?
It is in one way, and I will just share this briefly. I wrote about it on Channel 3002. But
you're the cornerback, right? That's what I.
Well, so my issue. I talked to Dontavion Wicks and Jaden Reed yesterday, and they both basically told me, Jason, you worry too much, because I'm looking at their offense and they've got a quarterback who's going to be limited. I mean, he's working his way back from the thumb. It's not his throwing thumb, so I understand it's not as bad, but he's not able to practice. He's doing 7-on-7, and that's it. You've missed Wicks for 3 weeks, Reed for 2 weeks, Christian Watson all training camp long, Dobbs missed time, Savion Williams has practiced like a total of a week. And my point to those guys was, isn't it going to make it harder to hit the ground running with the 2 games you have to start the season? And they're like, no, don't worry. We got chemistry. Don't worry about it. You're worrying too much. I don't believe them. We'll see if they prove me wrong, but to me, they look like a team that's going to rely on
Josh
two
Jacobs.
tight end sets and Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
Well, first
we
of all,
got great chemistry, Jason. You don't have to worry about it.
Well, the issue is about their ability more than anything, to me.
Yeah, I mean, look, they have I think all those guys are primed to be pretty darn good football players this year. I really do. Like, I've seen enough glimpses. I follow the Homer rule about young players, but now the Homer rule does not apply to them anymore. They're no longer young players. They're year 3, year 4. They don't get that benefit of the doubt. So now I want to see, can they become those guys all the time?
Well, no, but the team is built on they're good. Are they good enough?
Right.
Who's going to get beyond good? Because that's really
right.
what this
and there's
is
about 12 guys they need to get beyond good.
And 12 aren't going to. You know
but
that.
if you get 8 of the 12 or 6 of the 12, maybe you're good enough.
Dr. Aaron Holterbeck and his team make vision care a top priority with the latest technologies at their state-of-the-art Brookfield office. I've been there, and I was impressed at the quality they've done for the last 20 years. And then he says, we're not good enough. Well, no, you have been good. No, we got to get better. So they added Dr. Nausheen Abbas, joined the team. They have new patients. Why did they add somebody? So that whatever your vision care is, whatever the situation, whatever the age, they have a specialist. So accepting new patients, almost never say that. Don't mess with your vision. Trust the experts from Holterbeck Eye Center in Brookfield, near the corner of Calhoun and Capitol. Learn more about their services at holterbeck.com. And we are at Potawatomi as the fantasy football draft has come. I have elevated Cooper. I already have him in the Packer Hall of Fame.
Yes, you do.
Second team All-Pro this year. Now, I want to emphasize Pro Bowl.
I'm not
You can't count on that stuff because, I looked this up with quarterbacks. 11 quarterbacks made the Pro Bowl, or 9 and 11. It's a joke. So all that amounts is AP first or second team All-Pro, right?
Yeah.
They only got so many of those spots.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you don't think he'll get there?
I mean, again, it depends how AP does it too this year, because defensive ends, they should just have edge rushers.
Correct.
That's how Rashawn Gary made it as a defensive end.
Yes.
Because there's so many linebackers. So I'm not a bettor, but I don't think you'll win. We'll see. He's a good player.
He, to me, is the most likely to elevate. Do you have anybody
I'll join that club.
At my Cooper level? Who's the closest thing to Cooper level in terms of likely to elevate?
Dontavion Wicks.
Really? Okay.
He's got the most to go, though.
Yeah,
he hasn't led them in receiving.
Yes.
So.
All right, put it down. Wicks is Jason Wilde's Cooper. Is that fair, or is that slightly inaccurate?
I'll join that club.
Yeah, you just started the club. 2, Potawatomi. We will have the analysis next. We will draft and see here again at Potawatomi the ESPN Fantasy Football Draft. I don't know. Is this a closed group? Can anybody just kind of show up?
No, I think it's closed.
Is it closed? All right. Thanks. I knew you'd know. Next.
Take care. Be good.
All right, Julia. Eastbound 94, we are seeing delays heading through the Barker Road area.